Hey, I have so much guitar music junk all over my house, and I'm looking around, all stuck inside coronavirus and all of that, and I'm like, I gotta get rid of some stuff. I just have way too much crap. And part of the junk I have are guitars that my dad picks up that are broken. He sends me broken stuff. And, I would just say, oh, hey, that's great, thanks, and throw it out. But a lot of times I scavenge parts off of these guitars. So, say I need like 3-in-line tuners or whatever, then I can just grab them and I am good to go. Recently, I had a student that had these types of tuners, and one of these little gears got stripped. So I was like, hold on a sec. So when I got home, I just pulled one of them off of a guitar that I had that was broken, brought it in for her next lesson, and bam, put it right in, the screw, the thing, done. Didn't even have to take the tuners off, replace anything, just put the gear in and we were done. So I'm looking around and I'm like, okay, I gotta get rid of some junk. And then it dawned on me, hey, I could take a bunch of broken stuff, fix it, put it together, and have a somewhat decent guitar and throw away the stuff that's literally junk. And I've scavenged the parts, and now I have a guitar that's somewhat decent. I could give it to somebody that needs it, whatever. So this guitar, obviously, you can see, pretty darn broken. And of course, it came that way. My dad said, here you go, you could probably fix it. And it sat in my basement for, I don't know, 8 years. Whatever. But it looks like it's maybe like mahogany with a strip of maple. You can see down here. So it's not like a super cheap type of a guitar. The fretboard looks like it's some sort of rosewood, and I figured, why not? It is a bolt-on acoustic guitar neck, kind of weird, but it's like an old Italian thing. It says in the inside, in the label of the sound hole. So the problem is, not only was this broken, but these side tuners are cool but pretty cheap, and one of the sides was completely broken. So I grabbed this guitar here that has the 3-in-line, measured them, and it actually fits perfectly. This guitar, I don't know if you can see, it's broken right here, and it's fairly bad. Yes, you can see that now. So, and it's a super cheap guitar. So it's not even worth trying to fix. The bridge is lifting up. It's just plywood. So I simply pulled this off, checked it out. I'll have to drill these holes a little bit bigger, but everything lines up. It's all great. So let's glue this on. After all that talking, so I have my Type Bond 2 glue. Get all the crusties off of it. Okay, so pretty simple. We're gonna put some glue on this, put some glue on this. So the sort of catch here, not really catch, the good thing is it's a fairly clean break, so it should glue right together pretty easily and pretty nicely. Okay, and one thing I forgot was paper towels. So my son's right over there. Max, can you grab me some paper towels? No, they're right here. This should be. Okay, just grab me a paper towel. I don't know where they are, and I'm sitting there holding this with glue on my hands. Okay. So that's going to glue right on. And then we have wood just to protect the sides. And I don't want to push too hard with clamps on here because with this cut out, obviously that's not so good. Okay. Because, you know, I don't want to crack something. So we just kind of, and of course I already dry tested it. Okay, so it's on there, and that's a pretty good fix. So now we clamp, and I have these. Is that how I want to do it? Yeah, why not? And I don't have any medium-sized clamps. I have clamps that are just a tiny bit too small, and I have these clamps here that are like gigantic, like cabinet makers clamps. So, gotta get this to fit. Here we are. Okay. Clamping, 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 clamping. Okay. So we want to clamp it just enough. Max, can you grab me another clamp over there? Mm-hmm. Just enough that some of the glue kind of seeps out. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see some of the glue kind of seeped out there? Right along the crack. But we don't want to squash too much glue out because then we get a glue joint that is called starved, and it doesn't have enough glue and it will not hold. So we got that, and tighten this somehow. There we go. Okay, and again, just enough to kind of hold it together, somewhat tight. Okay, but again, we don't want to starve the joint. I'm gonna wipe off the excess glue. Inside. And one thing I do like about these clamps is, although they're gigantic, you can stand them up. That right out, and this right out. Okay, so we'll come back and that's how you glue that together, and we'll come back with putting it all back together and making a workable guitar out of just junk. Alright, so this is all glued up and hardened from previous video, and I could kind of polish it up a little bit, but you know, it's not a very expensive guitar, so who cares. Now, if you recall, the old tuners that were on here were pretty banged up, and on the other side there was a couple of broken ones. So I took these off of a another guitar, another acoustic guitar with the same type of headstock, slotted, that had something else broken on it from the previous video. So we now have this, and we are going to put them on, but the metal posts don't fit in the hole, so I'm going to open them up a little bit with this drill and a little bit of cardboard just to make it a little bit easier clean up. And if you just go very carefully, then there won't be any issue. So, here we are with one side. So looking at the shavings, it's really, I think it was mostly some of the finish that was kind of clogged in there. Obviously the old ones fit. These that I'm going to put in don't fit. So clearly these posts are bigger. But nonetheless, look at that. Beautiful. It fits, but I'm going to have to do the inside too. I wanted to test to see if maybe the inside it would fit, but it doesn't. And of course you'd be better off doing this with like a clamp or something holding the neck. You know, I like to do everything the wrong way. And look at that beauty. Okay, you do definitely want to make sure that you have them on the correct way. Okay, these actually, it goes up a little too much over the edge of the headstock, but oh well, that's life. But what you want is you want the gears to be closer down to the body. So what happens is the string pulls the post, if you kind of look, pulls the post this way, pushing the gear up here away from the body and pushes it into this tuner. And that's how you want it. If I was to put, say, these on, which might look a little nicer with this, but if I put it on this way, then the string would be pulling this way and pulling this away from the gears, and that can cause them to not line up correctly and end up stripping, and it's just bad news. So that's what we have. I'm going to screw up, drill the other side, and then put in, it looks like the holes actually line up nicely. 1, 2, 3, 4, nice. I'm going to put screws in to hold these on, and I now have the headstock with the tuners ready to go. So I'll do all this other side and put the screws in. You always want to drill pilot holes, so these holes line up, so we're all set. And I'll be right back. And here we are, the guitar. All fixed up. Pretty exciting, huh? Ooh. Laundry room. There's the thing. Ah, here it is. So, that's what we got. Pretty nice, huh? So I will string it up and turned two trashed guitars, completely trashed guitars, into something. And the bridge is like, just kind of like a floating bridge thing.